Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. I'm Adam. We are back now. I've been slacking on the content recently. Only really done match reviews and obviously that vlog while we were out in LA, which you can still check out if you haven't already. But we are now going to get back into the swing of things and more regular content here on the channel. And apologies for going a little bit silent. Make sure you're subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, all that jazz. In this video, we're going to discuss a topic which seems to be discussed and debated every week, every game when Manchester United play, or even when we don't play. Is Cristiano Ronaldo finished? Is he done and dusted? He has played a lot for Manchester United this season. More recently, he's been on a little bit of a goal drought. In the last 9-10 games, I think he scored 1 goal for Manchester United. That is unlike Cristiano Ronaldo. And we're going to have a little bit of a chat about maybe what the reasons why Cristiano Ronaldo hasn't been performing at the club, whether they're about him, about the club, or whatever. We'll discuss them here. And as I said, get your thoughts in the comments below. Now, I think there's many reasons why Cristiano Ronaldo hasn't performed. Now, let's look at some of Cristiano Ronaldo's recent form. In the last 9 games, he's played 90 minutes, 5 times, 120 minutes once, 84 minutes once, 70 minutes another time. You know, he's had a substitute appearance at Burnley, which was 23 minutes, and that's the least minutes he's played in those 9 games, usually playing 90 minutes. And before that, he was injured, left out of the squad against Aston Villa on both games in the Cup and in the league. And he played 90 minutes in the defeat against Wolves just before that. He is playing a lot of football. And as we've seen, the goals have dried up massively for Cristiano Ronaldo. But we also saw against Watford, I think, for probably the first time in my eyes anyway, a performance where you looked at Cristiano Ronaldo and you thought, what the hell is going on there? Something doesn't look right with Cristiano Ronaldo. And we've got to ask why. Now, obviously, he's not the player he once was. He's getting older. Cristiano Ronaldo ain't going to be able to score 40, 50, 60 goals like he once could for Man United and Real Madrid. He's obviously not going to be able to run the wings and the flanks like he once would. And in my opinion, he can't be playing as many 90 minutes as he is at the moment. And that's probably down to him being such a presence. But I think also the squad that we've got at the minute, if you look at the summer, we lost Anthony Martial. We lost Mason Greenwood. We haven't lost Edinson Cavani, but he very rarely plays. He doesn't really be asked to turn up for Manchester United. Marcus Rashford is there, but is pretty much lost. He hasn't been performing for Manchester United. The squad has gone from being a pretty good squad at the start of the season and a squad that we looked at and thought, there's something there, to now being pretty thin. And Cristiano Ronaldo being the only option that we've got to play up front. So we've had no other choice at times to be able to have to play Cristiano Ronaldo. And I think that is not helping him at all, because he needs to be taken in and out, especially at this age. We saw with Zlatan, we kind of broke him down towards the end when we constantly played him week in, week out. Even in games when you thought, you know, maybe he should be taking a rest. And Cristiano Ronaldo and Zlatan are 2 consummate professionals. You know, they look after their bodies. But we have to look after them as well and not be playing them as much as we are. And I think that isn't helping Cristiano Ronaldo. If you look at the goal he scored against Brighton, it was a fantastic goal, fantastic finish. I still believe he has that in his locker. We've seen him doing it in the Champions League against Villarreal, Atalanta, etc. And in games scoring goals, he's our top goal scorer in the Champions League, 6 in 6. Top goal scorer in the Premier League, 9 in 23. He's got 15 in 30. So his goal record, you know, isn't a bad one. Most strikers are happy with 1 in 2. But you get more out of Cristiano Ronaldo, I think, if he holds the bench every now and then, or he's taken out of a squad every now and then. And we've not been able to do that. We just don't have the alternatives at the minute. I also think the team around him's been poor. Now, in the last couple of games, I think you have to look at his finishing. Against Watford, he had a lot of opportunities to score. Against Leeds, you know, he had like pretty much an open goal that he should have scored. And he had chances in that game. He's had opportunities in recent weeks. But I think there has been other times at points in the season where we haven't created enough for the strikers. And Cristiano Ronaldo has suffered because of that. He's someone that relies on service, relies on good crosses into the box. And our fullbacks haven't been performing. At times, our midfielders haven't been performing. A lot of the time, our midfielders haven't been performing. So I feel like he's also suffering because of a lack of form of players around him. If you make chances for Cristiano Ronaldo, more often than not he'll score, but we haven't done most of the time this season. So I think that's another part of it. But again, when he has had chances in the last couple of games, he hasn't taken them, and he has to take some of that responsibility on himself as well. I've also felt like you could possibly... Now, I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo is the problem at Man United, or a problem at Man United. But I think his presence can cause other issues in the terms of... There's times here when players... Bruno, sometimes guilty for this, but not as much. Marcus Rashford, I've seen it a number of times with him. There's a few players that they don't have the confidence in themselves to be able to, not pass to Cristiano Ronaldo at times and have a shot, or be a little bit more greedy at times when they need to be a little bit more greedy. There was a chance against Watford where the ball rolled across the box, and Rashford usually runs onto it and smashes it, and he didn't, and he kind of left it for Ronaldo, and it's like everyone's kind of waiting for him to do something, and players need to take, responsibility themselves as well. When Cristiano Ronaldo's played for great teams, whether that's for Man United or Real Madrid, there's been other leaders on that pitch, and I don't think we have enough leaders, enough players that will take responsibility on the ball, enough players that are brave enough to go, hold on Ronnie, just sit back a little, I'll have this one. And I think when you have players that will do that, you'll get more out of Ronaldo, but also you'll get more out of your team. And I just think the team probably isn't on the level to be able to do that. Do you know what I mean? He's gone from playing with the likes of Cruz and Benzema and all these players, when he was last at Manchester United, playing with the likes of Rooney and Tevez and Berbatov and all these fantastic players, Scholes and Giggs, to now the level that is of players that he's playing with. They're scared to take responsibility half the time, so then it's left to him, so then there's even more pressure on him, and he's the kind of person that takes that pressure on himself. Again, positives and negatives to that. So I do feel like he's been kind of a distraction to players on the pitch, and he's kind of exposed the lack of the winning mentality as well. Again, I've said this before, I don't think he's a problem in this regard, but I think he creates other problems because he's a winner. He's come to United expecting us to still be as we were under Fergie, challenging for everything, and the dressing room to be doing that as well. And then if you've got players that aren't up to that standard in the dressing room, and him and Varane and whoever are unhappy with, it's not gonna end well. Those kind of things can't mix. It's like maybe Roy Keane when he's a manager. He's so good as a player that he can't relate to some of these guys that he's now coaching. Again, if you're a fantastic player and you go to a team where the team's just not up to scratch at times, you're going to expose their lack of winning mentality and their lack of quality. I think there has been times where he's still shown how crucial he can be, but I do think we need to manage his game time, and I think when he does play, I think we need to take him out of the starting lineup a little bit at times, but when he does play, we need to play to his strengths. There's going to be some games where we suit a little bit more pace, a little bit more press up top. Now if you had Cavani or whoever to be able to play, maybe you change things, but we haven't even got those alternatives at the minute. There's no challenge for him, there's no competition, and even the best in the world need competition. And look, he's not the player he once was, so we have to change the way we use him. It's not the same Man United, it's not the same Cristiano Ronaldo, but he's still a world-class finisher. He can still end this season on 25 goals plus, which would be a decent return for a man of his age. So I think we have to manage him properly. And whether this is his last season at Manchester United or not, who knows. But if United want to be challenging potentially to go into the latter stages of the Champions League and challenging to get that fourth spot, we need to manage our best players. And Cristiano Ronaldo is still one of them. But as I said, it's not the same United, it's not the same Ronaldo. We need to change the way we look at things. So again, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What is the problem with Cristiano Ronaldo? What is the problem with Man United? Is it that Ronaldo is just finished now? Or is it some of the reasons I mentioned or haven't mentioned? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Keep it locked. I'll see you in a bit.